did last summer? Did you stay at home because of the pandemic? I did too, and during that time, I created my own NFT project. It cost me around $300 to build, and so far it has traded around $5 million. I am Benyamin Ahmed, and I'm here to tell you about my journey into NFTs. So, how did it all start? My story starts a few years ago. I started my tech journey at a very young age. I was about 5 years old when I began learning to code. My dad would often come home from work, pull out his laptop and start coding, and me and my brother would sniff around, intrigued by what he was doing. Initially, it was just a bit of fun, but over the next few years, we started getting serious. A lot more serious. My dad started us on a daily coding regime, eventually branching off into the world of cryptocurrencies and blockchains. At the start of 2021, my brain was primed and ready to pounce on the ferocious NFT run that was around the corner. Initially, I was excited by the launch of the Bored Ape Yacht Club, but had no money to buy into the collection. I decided to launch my own collection on OpenSea. I joined the platform using my MetaMask wallet and uploaded 40 characters with a Minecraft-inspired theme. Unfortunately, I did not sell any. However, it was a fascinating learning experience. Most importantly, I was not disheartened by the lack of sales. I was intrigued to venture further down the rabbit hole. The following month, I launched my second project, Weird Wells. I met a radiologist from South Africa. He was crazy about NFTs, and he taught me how to create a profile picture collection similar to Bored Apes and CryptoPunks. The collection went viral. A $300 project turned into a $5 million trading frenzy and was featured in all the major press. So, why did Weird Wells succeed? I've thought about this a lot, as many NFT projects did not succeed, and they had better resources. 75% of NFT projects do less than 10 ETH in sales. That's around $10,000. I didn't understand this at the time, but art is always about the artist and the story behind the art. There's a painting called The Bridge by Robert Ryman. It looks like a blank, white canvas. It sold for $20.6 million at Christie's. It's easy to say I could do that, but it's the artist and his reason for painting a blank canvas that attracted the buyers. Crypto art is the same. Background and story are critical. There are two reasons why I believe Weird Wells and its story succeeded. Crypto was designed to be permissionless. Anyone can join the network, unlike the legacy financial system. From kings to refugees, we all have the same rights and permissions. Historically, crypto has been dominated by trading coins or fundraising for tech projects. Both areas are too difficult for young people to enter. Digital art was a perfect entry point. I just happened to be first, and people connected with that. It validated the idea that crypto is truly permissionless and made the project instantly historic. Imagine if I tried to do this outside crypto. I would need to set up a bank account, incorporate a company, register for tax, join a platform with age restrictions, and so on. Thanks to crypto, I just needed a wallet with some Ether, and I was ready to do business. The second reason was my background. I was learning to code and part of various coding communities. The NFT space is full of coders. Some coders told me they just bought into my collection because they were happy to help me in my educational path. Let's take a sneak peek into the future and where this is all heading. As a young person who has grown up with unlimited access to computers, as opposed to older generations without the luxury, I will now look at the differences in perception of each group and why I believe the youth will carry the day. My generation does not make a distinction between owning digital goods. Roblox, Fortnite, Bitcoin, and now NFTs, and physical goods, while adults struggle to grasp the value of these new assets. I will now outline 5 reasons why I believe ownership of digital assets will become the norm rather than the exception. 1. Failure of central bank monetary policies. 2. Outdated education and career paths. 3. Transition from Web 2 to Web 3. 4. Tokenization of real-world assets. And 5. The rise of the remote workforce. A 2020 article by Ethan Wolfman bluntly states, "The Great Recession of 2008 crushed the millennial generation's career aspirations." Ethan goes on to state, "The labor market for both college and high school graduates wasn't pretty. The dismal job market kicked off a cycle of unemployment, underemployment, lower wages, which can have lasting effects on careers. Unfortunate, but not surprising, that hustling online, whether it's in crypto or NFTs, or Instagram and TikTok, has become a viable career path for so many young people." Outdated education and career paths. The pandemic exacerbated these problems. The cost of education and housing has become so high as a percentage of income post-schooling that it's impossible for younger generations to keep up. The majority of people look at crypto for exponential investment returns. However, I would personally look at crypto for exponential career opportunities. A useful strategy could be to pick one of the crypto subsectors. NFTs, DeFi, Bitcoin on Lightning, payments, trading and investment, layer 1 or layer 2 infrastructure, DAOs or gaming, and then pair it with your personal strengths and interests across engineering, product development, marketing and growth, business development, compliance, and legal. Outdated education and career paths. To date, only the following applications have found product market fit in crypto. In DeFi, permissionless trading, lending, and borrowing. In payments, fully collateralized stablecoins. In storage, hardware and software wallets, and multi-sigs. And in NFTs, digital collectibles. That's remarkably little. There's so much more that needs to be built. In a stagnant jobs market, crypto will continue to present the best career opportunities. Transition from Web 2 to Web 3. The internet is constantly evolving. Initially, it began as a read-only model, allowing users to consume a vast amount of information. Revolutionary by design, it soon evolved to a read or write model, allowing users to consume and produce content. The fundamental flaw with this model was that 100% of the value was captured by a handful of corporations, with very little monetary value flowing back to the content producers. Mark Andreessen, inventor of the first widely used internet browser, declared the lack of a native payments protocol on the internet as the original sin. Web 3 aims to address this balance by transitioning to a read or write and ownership model. Tokenization of real-world assets. Digital art may be the primary use case for NFTs. However, it's unlikely to be the last. The following NFT recently appeared on OpenSea. A New York building priced at $26 million. It's questionable whether this is legit or not. However, what is not questionable is that every asset will soon have its own digital component and corresponding marketplace. As humans, we will still require a whole host of physical goods, houses, clothes, cars. However, those goods will all have a digital component by default. For example, an NFT associated with your electric car subscription could be used to loan out the vehicle on the days that you are not using it. The rise of the remote workforce. Remote work has been on the rise for many years. However, the global lockdown gave it a super boost. The pandemic proved that everyone from lawyers to bankers and even doctors could work and diagnose remotely. The remote workforce will require a whole host of tools and technologies to conduct their businesses online. Perhaps one day, instead of commuting to the office will come to you in a rich, augmented reality format. To summarize, I have outlined 5 reasons why I believe NFTs will continue their explosive growth and capture my generation. Ownership of assets that can grow exponentially and outpace failed economic models. Unprecedented career opportunities, transition from Web 2 to Web 3 protocols, and the unstoppable digitization of all aspects of life, including real-world assets and our working patterns. The crypto and NFT world is actually really hard for people to get started. There are only about 250,000 active people in the NFT space right now, with wallets. Compare that to the 20 million traders using Robinhood, or the hundreds of millions of Marvel and Disney fans. It's so early. NFTs are all about digital art at the moment, but there's so many more applications outside art. I can envisage a world where everything from passports, cinema tickets, to degree certificates will transition to NFT rails. 95% of applications for NFTs are still waiting to be discovered. I think that's really exciting. Thank you everyone for listening to my talk. On screen you can find my handles. On Twitter I focus on educational content. Everyone, thank you.